Units in opposing armies fight each other with using melee attacks, ranged weapons, spells, and other unique attacks. For an example, on this figure you see the classification of the attacks. We have melee attacks and ranged attacks. Melee attacks may be close combat or special, and ranged may be shooting attacks or other type of attacks. Melee attacks is the all attacks that are made at unit in based contact with the attacker unit in the melee phase. The most common type of melee attacks is a close combat attack. Special attacks are considered to be melee attacks that are not close combat attacks. Next, we are having ranged attacks. All attacks that are not melee attacks are ranged attacks. All ranged attacks made with a shooting weapon in the shooting phase or as stand and shoot, charge reaction, and are shooting attacks. Other ranged attacks include, amongst others, damage spells, ranged special attacks, hits from miscast, and hits failed dangerous terrain tests. Also, our attacks have a strength and an armor penetration value, unless specifically stated otherwise. Close combat attacks use a strength and armor penetration of the model part making the attack, possibly modified by their close combat weapon. Model rules, spells, characteristic modifiers, other effects. Shooting attacks use the strength and armor penetration in the profile of the shooting weapon. They are made with other types of attacks, such as spells and special attacks, follow the general rules for their type and the individual rules specified in their description. The actual attack sequence is represented here. So, for an example, we have 10 steps of an attack sequence. First step, attacker allocates attacks if applicable. Second step, determine number of hits. Third step, attacker distributes hits if applicable. Attacker rolls to wound. If successful, you proceed. Defender makes armor save rolls. If failed, proceed. Defender makes special save rolls. If failed, proceed. Defender suffers unsaved wounds. Defender loses health points. Defender removes casualties. And defender takes the panic test if necessary. Also, on this table you may see the actual to wound rolls. It's the strength minus resilience and the actual needed roll to wound. If it's 2 or more, it's equal to 2+. If it's 1, it's 3+. If it's 0, it's 4+. If it's -1, it's 5+, and if it's 2 or less, it's 6+. Also, we are having the armor saves table. It's the armor minus armor penetration and the actual needed roll. If it's 0 or less, no save is possible. If it's 1, it's 6+, 2, it's 5+, 3, it's 4+, 4, it's 3+, if it's 5 or 6, it's 2+. This flowchart shows us the steps from an attack to a potential casualty. It's an attack to hit roll, hit to wound roll, wound, armor save or special save. Then we are having unsaved wounds. Then we apply multiple wounds. Then it's health point loss and an actual casualty.